Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines. Where today I was actually going to build the brand new ore industry. And when I was getting myself set up to do it, I thought to myself, you know what we don't have in SnowTown? Helicopters. And we all know helicopters trump ore. I mean, if you didn't know that, now you do. And I thought to myself, why don't I implement a couple of helicopter routes? Now, nothing crazy, nothing too over the top, nothing that's gonna, like, you know, be a huge demand where all of a sudden everybody wants to take these helicopters to places. But then I thought to myself, well, we've built SnowTown. One of the big features and landmarks in the real Manhattan in New York is on the edge of it they have like a little section, like a landing pad where helicopters are on the edge by the water on the river. And I thought, Seniac, you need to implement this into SnowTown right now. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Helicopters trump ore. Also, a couple of you guys left me comments in the comment section down below about the unemployment. And I completely forgot this. I really did. I completely forgot that because I have like all the universities in, and I have loads of schools and all that kind of stuff, there is always going to be more capacity for education than there is population like available to learn, which means technically the Sims in the game, they always are drawn to education over work, and I completely forgot that. I really did. So a lot of you guys suggested that I do the schools out or one of those policies in some of the areas, so some people choose work over schools that live in those areas, and that is a way that I can make sure all the jobs are fulfilled, all the industry is fulfilled, and that's a way that we can guarantee that we make some sweet cash money moolah. So we got a ton of stuff that we need to implement and do today. If you guys enjoy this, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, to make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when the next episode does come out. But we're pretty much back, and we are ready to rock and a roll right now. Do we begin? Well, because I know how slow the game simulates, I think we should do the no schools out policy thingy-majiggy my booty before we start implementing the helicopters. So then by the end of the episode, we can really see what effect it's done. So this is the issue that we kind of have. 50,000 people employed, 58,000 jobs available, but then if you work it out, only 3% unemployment rate right now. And that is true. The universities we have all three in this island have a capacity, like ridiculous capacities, which means all the citizens choose to have education over working. Obviously, it's not until they graduate that they then start working. But the problem is then once they graduate, they're highly educated. So they're only going to want to take highly educated jobs, which leads like areas like this with the workforce and whatnot. Everything's pretty much all filled up. Look at the amount of highly educated people versus the uneducated people. Look at the highly educated people employed versus jobs available and uneducated. There is a slight shift in the balance right now, isn't there? So we're going to pick a few little areas right now. We're going to create a couple of regions around some areas. And we're going to pretty much say to them, you know what? You can't go to school. Or you prefer work over schooling right now. So we'll start with this area here. We'll create a nice little strip going up to there. And we'll do pretty much this whole little section here. We'll turn this into a little region. And we'll give it the policy that they prefer to go to work over school. Now, I've never actually done this before, so I need to find out what the policy actually is. Is it this one, schools out? The citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small proportion of eligible citizens will go into the university. Sweet, mate! That is exactly what we pretty much want to do. Now, do you know what would be cool? If I clicked on a region. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, and it showed you the population. It freaking does. Seniac, get out of here right now. So, SnowTown has a population of 40,000 versus that one at 6,000. Ridiculous. Ice Cube Central, we're going to give them the policy that schools out as well. Because we still need highly educated peeps, but, you know, we got to do what we can do. Now, where else do we have residential thrown in? We got a nice big strip up there. We got a little bit of a section over there, which I'll turn this into a little one. Bam, 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 bam. Actually, we'll kind of go up to the park region there. And we'll bring this all the way up to here. So I don't want to do too much, but I've got to do enough that people, you know, work. So I wonder how long until we start to see the shift. It only has 1,200 population in there. So I wonder how long it would be until we start to see a slight shift in the balance. I wonder how long that's going to take. So if you technically think about it, you've got 1,000 there, 6,000 there, say, so that's 7,000, plus another 7,000. 14,000 residents in the whole city have the schools out policy. Which doesn't seem like a lot when you think about it. So do I push this down to here? Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do this, and that's as far as I want to pretty much take it at that point. We'll leave it to that, which I don't think it affects current residents. That's going to now jump up to 10,000. Good stuff. So that's a lot of peeps right now. So I don't know if it affects current people or new people coming through the system. I don't know. I'm not 100%. But there we go. And I think if I do start to build any new residential areas moving forward, I will apply the same logic and method, because the big city metropolis area over here is the one that sucks up all the highly educated peeps. So that's how we'll take it. Anyway, leaving that aside, helicopters, boy. So when you think about it, right, we're not kind of look as an overview like this. We have this side over here and that little sticky out bit there, which we can utilize to place down the helicopter landing pads, or whatever they're called. What are they called? Helicopter stops. We have a helicopter depot. And I got to think about ways in which I can do it. So I think I might put one there and one on this side, very close together. But one can travel to and from over here like what the ferries do. And this one over here can either go in this direction to wherever I make place over there. But I could get this one to kind of fly long ways and eventually have another stop over here somewhere and then link up to the airport, because there's room over there for helicopters too. So we're going to have to get a couple of little pads down right now. Well, they're classed as stops, aren't they? So, right, what we'll do, we'll use the little road that comes out. And we'll use this road here. It's on the junction. And if I bring it out, say I brought it out by 5, yeah? Yeah. And then we'll go for a nice little bit of a bend. Actually, let me stick it out a bit more. Another 4. 4x4 on the bend, and then push it straight up. Now, is that enough to squeeze it in? It is. Perfect. So if I drop it kind of centralized like that, and then I could technically come out by, let me pause, 4 there. Do a 4. No, we'll do a 3. 3x3 bend. And we'll come up by 10. And we'll do a little bit of a wiggle. Like that. Keep it plain, keep it simple, keep it effective. But it gives us 2 walking points to get down here. Which we can then place more buildings on this side and then kind of slightly utilize it. Now on this side, I'm not going to be really able to get too much coming out of it. So if I bring it up by 5, 5x5 bend, and we'll go straight to there. Now that point happens over here, so 4x4. And it's going to come to a point where, yeah, it kind of diagonally kind of lines up in a way. Which, if I push that over a bit more there, no, down a bit. There we go, a slight little wiggle to create the bend. Which I'll throw this just here. So 2 helicopter stops either side there. Glorious, mate. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So let's implement one over here then. So this, again, if you remember in the past, ferry line, subway line, tram line all together. Now, there to there slightly makes the ferry line redundant, so I've got to be a bit careful on that. So maybe I push it a little bit further back into it, but then it's getting too much into the dense area. maybe I push it up here at the top, maybe? No, because I want it to be like integrated quite nicely with all the areas here. So we'll push that to there, because it's kind of following it around in many ways. But we'll end it there and place that inside, so it kind of keeps this area slightly free, easy to walk to all the other little connections. Right, we'll go with that one. I'm going to place one around here because you've got all the offices and stuff around here, like the important business peeps can make their way over here. So I think we'll implement this. Where do you reckon the best spot would be for it? I can maybe implement it like centralized. Like there. And then we build a road that goes around it. So do we have to anarchy that road? By the looks of it, yeah. There we go. Centralized point for all the offices, which will be really nice. How would I make that road eventually connect up? So if I come out by 5, 9 by 9. Okay, not too bad. But where's the point for that to snap in? Oh, that's way too early on, isn't it? So maybe I'll just make that go straight up. Just so I've got walking angles and distances to get over there. And I think then that's it. Because I can make that one at the far over here, stop there, on its way to the airport. I can make that one then go from there to there. It's only a short distance, but it's a big thing to navigate. From there to there. If I had one up here, I could then do it stop there to over here on the way to the airport again. I'm going to do multiple lines. It won't be one line that stretches that far. But I can do multiple lines. So if I had this centralized to here. Get rid of power. Where do these power lines go? They go to over here. Well, let me redo them. To there. That's no longer needed. Is any of this needed still? Oh, we'll take it back from there. Right, okay. So I just need to do the helicopter line, don't I? Yeah. So we'll start over here then. So the easy one. We'll bring them up and across like this. Simple, easy, effective. And then this will go up and fly over. Simple and effective, so you get a nice little tour of the city as you're flying over, which I think is pretty cool. And then from that side we'll go continue it straight, and then we start the bends now. Like that. This one pretty much does the same. To there. There's no frills in these rides. But I think this is going to be the one that kind of has a slight... Wait, it's going to slightly fly over. Well, you'll fly over the universities. And like I said, slightly fly over the city in a way. Because I want it to come down on this side. Which might have made it easier to connect directly over there. But it flies over near Central Park, over the skyscrapers, over the universities, over the river. Because this one here will eventually go in that direction. And this will probably eventually maybe do the same, go up in that direction. I don't know how I crisscross them or what I'll do to them, but there we go. So I need to then set up a helicopter line, but I need a helicopter depot first, which will place the depot over here by the airport. So I'm gonna need its very own little area for it. So bring that out and then drop that down just there. Is that classed as connected? I don't think it is it? Right, let me just work my magic, boys. There we go. It's awkward, but it's what I've got to do to kind of make it how I exactly want it. So, let's do it like this then. Is that got everything it needs, by the way? I'll just give it the water, haven't I? So, let me do it how I want it to work then. So, we have a stop there, which then ends here and goes back. So, I don't want to have a route that kind of, you know, it's a simple back and forth. Simple back and forth. And then it stops there. We have a route that goes from there to here and back. It's a way that, one, because helicopters should not be able to fly that far. I know they can, but I don't want them to. But two, if they want to use the helicopters to go the whole distance on that route, then they've got to buy multiple tickets. Right, that's done. Then we have one from there to there and back. That's done. And then finalising this one to over here. Oh, what? Hang on. I think I've messed up. I think I added it as part of the line and didn't create a new one. Create a new line. And back. And that then should be done. Sweet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 helicopter lines in total. So we might start seeing a bunch of helicopters now flying out of here. Can we see them? Yeah, there's a couple flying around right now. So apparently this needs to be connected to lines. Is there something not connected to a line? Ah. It's that side, isn't it, that they're talking about? Yes, there we go. Good stuff. So we see loads of helicopters now flying out. So it will take a while before they're like in full force doing what they need to do. But it adds that something extra. There's already people waiting right now. There is already people waiting right now. So it brings then demands. So I don't know if it's smart to place down high density commercial around the helicopter pads. You would think they're helicopters and they can like fly over and land perfectly down. I'm doing this so wrong, aren't I? I'm doing it so wrong. But get commercial in where I can. Because we have commercial demands. Fill these demands right now, boys. Fill these demands right now. Off we go. Off we go. So we've got the demands, even though we haven't filled up the unemployment. I still find that hilarious too. So, is they still pumping out helicopters from this? No. Helicopters now on their way? Yes, they are. We're getting some land over here, which there's... The fact that people are getting over there and waiting for them right now shows there is some use for it. A lot of people over here waiting. Now, helicopters are not high capacity. So you're not going to see it like a huge amount of people using them. I have a feeling like this one's going to be busy. The ones here are going to be really busy, aren't they? It's just a case now of waiting for a helicopter to come over. I see one flying here. Where'd it go? There it is. That is the one that's coming to over here. It's taking the scenic route, which I designed purposely for it. I want to give everybody a nice little show as they're flying over in their helicopter. Beautiful little show right now. And it's quite hard to spot the helicopters as well because, like, you know, this is SnowTown and all the floor is snowy. Helicopters are white. You can't really tell where they are. Is that plane okay? I don't think that plane's okay. Can I see him on the route? Ah, there we go. There's one. Just about to see it right now. You can see the shadows all the way over here. Holy smokes. But yeah, we should give it time. And we should be rocking and rolling. We should slowly be rocking and rolling. So how's the unemployment like now then? So we've actually now gone up to, we've gained an extra 1,000 workers. So that's good. What is education like? I bet like highly educated is really high. Yeah. Wow. But we've got these little pockets of not educated, which is good. And we need to keep those in. So, gonna set this little layer up now as another little residential patch, which will be schools out policy. And, oh, missed a bit. There we go. Schools out. But this is going to be high density residential. So we can get some, like, you know, inner city apartment blocks with like low educated workforce. There we go. And we'll just continue to build as time goes on. Has he got water? Yeah. So that's something that will probably take a little bit of a while. There's no one living in this region anyway. But we have the smallest of residential growth right now, which will take its time. So helicopters. There's a lot of people waiting over here right now. Let me check out the routes. So these are all the helicopter routes right now. One of them has 5 on, which is our longest line from Snowtown to the export area on the other side of the river. So just by viewing them, there's already quite a few people waiting. It's a long line length. 70 on one, 34 on the other. It carries 20 at a time. 4 and 15 on this one. 1 and 1 on this one. Where's that one going from? Is that the one to the airport? That one will be kind of something where it needs to transport people from the other side over to here. So that'll take some time, that one. I will admit that. 220. Wow. Holy moly. Right, we need to get some more helicopters on this, don't we? We'll go the full shebang. 6. Now, where does that go? That goes from... that's the crossing of the river. Yeah, I thought that would be a busy crossing. I wonder if how much it takes away from the ferry line. That will be interesting. And then finally the last one, which goes to the ore industry. A few people waiting over there right now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens over time. And then we'll revisit it at some point and see how well each side's doing. But yeah, that helicopter route's going to take away, going back and to and from here, going to slightly take away a lot from the ferry line. So we've got to keep our eye on that. we need to keep our eyes on that right now. Right, residential is slowly building up over here, which will all be uneducated, bringing a load of new peeps, quite excited about it. But yeah, I think we can then focus on the ore industry next episode. I got completely sidetracked with building helicopters. Do not regret it. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye.